Listening to hidden family recordings destroyed everything I believed about my parents for decades alone. Listening to my dead father's voice arguing with my mother at 1:43 a.m., I nearly dropped the headphones. I had found the recordings by accident. 3 weeks earlier, my mother had moved into assisted living after a minor stroke. My sister and I were cleaning out the basement of the house where we grew up. Most of it was junk, broken lamps, holiday decorations, old school projects. Then I found a plastic storage bin labeled simply taxes. It wasn't taxes. Inside were dozens of mini cassette tapes. At first I thought they were home videos without the video, family memories, birthday parties, normal things. I took them home. The first few tapes were exactly that, my 8th birthday, my sister learning to ride a bike, my father laughing, the sound of dishes clattering during family dinners. Then I found one marked only with a date. I played it. What came through the headphones wasn't a family memory. It was a fight. My mother's voice was shaking. My father's voice sounded exhausted. "You told them I left," he said. "I told them what they needed to hear," my mother replied. I froze. The recording ended a few minutes later. I sat at my kitchen table staring at nothing. My father had died 6 years earlier. As far as I knew, he had abandoned us when I was 10. That was the story my mother repeated my entire life. He left. He chose another woman. He stopped caring. Whenever I asked questions, that was the answer. I found another tape, then another, then another. For 3 nights, I listened. The recording stretched across years. Private conversations, arguments, crying, long silences. Slowly, a completely different version of my childhood emerged. My father hadn't abandoned us, at least not the way I had been told. The recordings revealed months of marriage counseling, financial stress, and constant conflict. More disturbing was what my mother kept saying. "You don't need them. They love me more anyway. If you leave, they'll never hear your side." At first, I resisted believing it. Nobody wants to discover that the parent they trusted most may have lied for decades. I kept searching for proof that I was misunderstanding everything. Instead, the evidence became worse. One recording captured my father begging to see me and my sister after the separation. "I haven't missed a single support payment," he said. "I just want time with them." My mother laughed. Actually laughed. Then she said something that still makes me sick. "They already think you abandoned them." I paused the recording and walked outside. I remember standing in my driveway at almost 3 in the morning. I couldn't breathe properly. The worst part wasn't learning my father had flaws. The worst part was realizing he had spent years trying to stay connected while I hated him. I remembered ignored birthday cards, messages I never returned, the cold way I spoke to him during the last years of his life. I thought I was protecting my mother. Now I wasn't sure. I confronted my sister first. She listened to several recordings beside me. Neither of us spoke much afterward. She cried. I didn't. Not because I wasn't hurt, because I felt numb. Eventually we confronted our mother. I wish I could say she denied everything. Instead, she looked tired, older than I had ever seen her. Then she quietly said, "You weren't supposed to find those." Not an apology, not an explanation, just that. Over several conversations, pieces of the truth came out. My father had eventually given up fighting, not because he stopped loving us, because he ran out of money, energy, and hope. My mother admitted she had hidden letters, thrown away cards, intercepted messages. She said she was angry and scared of losing us, as if that explained anything. A month later, I visited my father's grave alone. I brought copies of several photographs I had found while cleaning, pictures of us fishing, pictures of school events he actually attended, memories I had forgotten. I sat there for almost an hour. There was nothing dramatic to say, no speech that could fix 20 years, no way to tell him I finally understood, no way to give back the years he lost. My mother is still alive. We still speak, but something fundamental broke when I heard those recordings. I don't hate her. I don't even think she was purely cruel. I think she was hurt, selfish, frightened, and willing to rewrite reality to keep us close. Sometimes that's harder to process than outright evil. The tapes are locked in a drawer now. I can't bring myself to throw them away. They're the closest thing I have to the truth, and the truth arrived years too late for the one person who deserved to hear me say I was sorry.